The Congress is seeking adjournment. Only business in the House should be a discussion on Adani is what the Congress has said. They're protesting outside the Gandhi statue. As you can see in these pictures, a meeting was also called of opposition leaders, but BRS and TMC were not a part of this meeting is what we've been given to understand. My colleague Rahul is also with us for more details on that. Rahul, give us a sense of what the way forward is likely going to be, because in the past also we've seen that on matters of demands, as far as JPC is concerned, there've been washouts in Parliament. I remember very well when the 2G matter was discussed in Parliament, the then BJP government had asked for a JPC and the entire session was actually washed out. Are we looking at some sort of a situation of this nature now, given that the opposition has found this issue?
Well, Sneha, the opposition is firm as far as their stance is concerned. And they are saying that the onus to run the parliament lies on the part of the government, and therefore they should take opposition camp into the confidence, then only the House can function. So you rightly pointed out that we are seems to be entering in a situation that had happened during the 2G scam, given the fact that opposition camp, they are gathering more and more like-minded parties to exert more pressure on treasury benches. As far as government is concerned, they've also made it very clear that they're ready to discuss any issue, given the fact that first there should be discussion and debate on the presidential address, and post that they're going to discuss it with all the relevant stakeholders, whether what are the issues that are going to be taken up during the budget session. So it seems that it's becoming a sort of a friction point between treasury and opposition benches. But I was telling you earlier also, the opposition camp believes that this is one issue on which the government is on a back foot, and therefore they are only increasing the heat with each passing day. That's why you are seeing adjournment notices being served every day. This protest which is now being organized at Gandhi statue, the opposition is also taking this fight outside the parliament on the streets, as they're going to protest and going to hold demonstrations outside the SBI and LIC offices. So it seems that they are turning the heat, they're increasing the heat against the incumbent government, because they believe that the government is on back foot and they can actually push it further to the wall. I must also tell our viewers that as we speak, the government is all trying to reach out to the opposition parties. They are also trying to convince them that let's have discussion first on presidential address, and post that we can discuss issues, pertinent issues later on, once there is consensus between treasury and opposition benches. So you can expect that this Adani issue has certainly become a new flashpoint between treasury and opposition benches.
Undoubtedly, but can legislative business suffer in this fashion is the big question. I'm just going to come back to you. BJP spokesperson Shahzad Poonawalla is also now joining us. Mr. Poonawalla, the opposition says, why can't we have a JPC? You had a similar demand when the BJP was in the opposition, as far as the 2G scam is concerned, and then the government at that point in time had to give in. That was a Congress-led government. Why can't a JPC be conducted in this entire matter? Is not just the Congress but the entire opposition asking.
Since you've spoken about the 2G issue, first of all, the Supreme Court had cancelled 122 licenses, and in that context, this demand was made. Now, as far as today's context is concerned, has anybody said go for a discussion? No. In fact, when you have a reply to the President's speech, the thanks motion, in that you can raise all issues under the sun, because it's a huge provision where you get to discuss the issues of current importance. So why is the opposition running away from a discussion? It is because they have mastered the art of putting disruption above discussion, confrontation above consensus, and partisan parivarik interest above public interest, and they're wasting taxpayer money. Now look, India is a country with robust institutions as far as financial markets, capital markets are concerned. Those institutions have already taken cognizance of what has to be done. There are other countries also where this group operates. Those countries have also not given any kind of adverse finding. Anyway, let the institutions do their job, and if there is anything more that needs to be done, that can be taken forward. But why hold Parliament ransom for an issue to make political capital out of it? That is the essential issue, because you can discuss the issue if you want to under the current discussions that are going to take place in Parliament. So it seems that more of this is being driven by the attempt to score political brownie points and not to actually have a discussion. You remember, even on the Rafale issue, they made the same kinds of demands. When the Supreme Court ruled on Rafale, Rahul Gandhi was still peddling lies. And also, if I may add very quickly, the same group that they are complaining against is a group that they laid out a red carpet to in Rajasthan. So how is it chamatkar in one place and gunegar in the other place?
Interesting.
Congress is hypocrisy that can speak.
All right, Ankur, thank you for the moment.